First of all, happy summer! Woohoo! I'm so excited that it's summer. I know it's just a day on the calendar, but it just feels good. And we had the longest day of the year, which is cool. And I know it means the days are getting shorter again, but they're still long. They're good and long. So I hope you're enjoying that. I have a little dog running around, so you might hear toenails. So thinking about a lot of things. Summer just, for some reason, gets me energized, and I start thinking, and I start making connections between things. And this week, I had a great lunch and learn with one of my clients and their group. And we were talking about teamwork, and I connected in perspective to teamwork. And it gave us a whole new slant. And we're also talking about collaborating between departments, collaborating within departments. And it just kind of was interesting to zoom out, which is what you do when you use perspective. If you've done the VIA Character Strengths assessment, you'll know that is one of the strengths. Teamwork is one of the strengths. And I just never thought of connecting the two. So as I was preparing for them, one of the big things that really stood out to me, and it's something I think, including myself, I always include myself, we all can think about, is this question that I asked them. And the question was, how much do you fully understand and embrace how what you do and how you show up affects your teammates? So insert family, friends for teammates, like everybody's your teammate, right? So this was a business situation we were talking about. So how much do you fully understand and embrace how what you do and how you show up affects your teammates, affects the people around you, affects the people who you affect? And then I said, and also how it ripples, right? So if it's at work, how it ripples, like even though you may not be showing up great over here, it may affect someone over here because somebody in this area was affected by you. And it can be for good or for not good, right? Like you could show up great and it makes this person's day over here. And then so they're just doing great and they go over here and they make someone else's day. So that could be a thing, or it could be something different than that. So thinking about like your moods, your energy, your stuff that you're bringing in and piling it on to somebody else. How are you showing up, and how are you either being part of the solution or not part of the solution? So taking a zoom out, and I will say, and I said this to them and I say this to everybody, so I hope that you guys listen. This is not to come down hard on yourself. It's not to judge yourself. It's just to start becoming aware. And actually, I said this to them yesterday. Sometimes we do need to be hard on ourselves. Sometimes we do need to really be real with ourselves. How are you showing up? Be brave. Maybe you need to ask people, how are you perceiving me? How am I showing up for you? And hopefully people are honest with you. But first of all, be honest with yourself. So start to look at that. How is your stress affecting other people? All of these things, all the small details, all the, perspective. One of the things they say about perspective is the person using perspective can see the forest and the trees. Have you ever heard that before? Both. You can do both. You can see the small things, you can see the big things, but it's mostly in the context of the VIA Character Strengths, zooming out to look at the big picture and to get all of it. Like, let me just see the whole thing instead of just my one tunnel vision piece that I'm working so hard on. How am I affecting the other people? So then another connection, my friend and I started, I think it was because I saw a quote from the 4 Agreements online on Instagram, and I shared it with my friend, and we both thought, oh, we read that book a long time ago. Let's read it again. So I got that book out because I think it is one of those books that you could read it maybe every year, but for sure every few years, for sure every 5 years. If you haven't read it since it first came out, which I think might be 20 years ago now, then it's a good time to reread because we grow and change. We're not the same people that we were the last time we read that book. It's going to mean different things. It's going to pop out. Like I know the first time I read it, I didn't even understand most of it. It was so funny. I'm like, I don't really understand, but for some reason I kept going and I got to the part that I needed at that time. And it was really important for me to read that. So that's my suggestion, and that also can help you with perspective on yourself and others. So it's a great choice right now. It's not a long read, but it's good and rich and full of stuff. So just read through it. Read through and see what's popping out. And when you hit something that really resonates with you, read it a couple times, read it a little more deeply. So take your time with that, but just notice like what is really coming up as the most important thing right now. So working on perspective right now, have fun. Maybe there's some things that you can see about how you haven't been having as much fun as you want to. So what's your perspective on that? What needs to change? Maybe you want to work a little bit more and focused on what you're doing. So zoom out and look at, what does it look like? What am I doing that supports me in being more focused and working hard? And what am I doing that's working against myself? So just a lot of different thoughts about perspective and your effect on other people, and just, it will create enjoyment in your life. When other people are enjoying you, you're enjoying them. And it's just a great way to live. So have fun this week ahead, enjoying the first of summer. And don't forget the reading contest. That's out there for the whole summer. Just send me the books that you're reading. Someone's already registered. So you know who you are watching this video. And we hang out every Sunday when I send my newsletter out. So I appreciate that. I love hearing from you guys. And you're the best. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing my newsletter with people. And if you have any requests about what you'd like me to cover in one of these newsletters, I always sort of have a theme, sometimes for the whole month, sometimes I just do, one day. So I'd love to hear what are you looking for? What would you like to hear about and learn? Okay, so have a great week ahead, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.